Yeah, welcome to another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth. Zaccheus is here. I'm here. We're going to get this started. Zaccheus, what's good?
It was good. What's good, Bedrin? How's everything?
Good. All right, we're going to get right to it because we ain't got a lot of time. This fool by the name of George Zimmerman, y'all know who he is. That sucker. If he was here right now, I'd spit dead in his face.
Exactly, man. That man disrespectful, man. Big time.
All right. So he is now suing, or at least trying to sue. Well, actually, no, he ain't trying. He doing it. Trying to sue Trayvon Martin's family. He wants more than $100 million in damages because he's trying to say that there's conspiracies against him and he's not able to do what he wants. And then his what, I guess I got to watch my words with him because I guess he'll be suing me because he's out here suing people. So listen, this is all according to an article on CNN. Mm-hmm. So listen, the man was acquitted of charges. We know it. He was acquitted of it. But we know that it's been documented that he killed Trayvon, who was a boy, by the way. I want people to understand that this was a grown man who killed a boy, who walked up on him, chased him when he shouldn't have, started a fight with him, claimed that he was standing his ground. All he was doing was he was standing on the ground, but he wasn't standing his ground because that wasn't his ground.
Mm-hmm.
Heck out of here with that. So anyway, there's a documentary. This is just disrespectful, man.
Yeah, I seen the documentary.
Well, it got canceled, but there was supposed to be a documentary called The Trayvon Hoax. Now, it's been canceled, but, how is it a hoax? See, a hoax is something that's fake. Him killing that boy was real. Zaccheus, let me give the floor to you. You speak on this, man. Let's try to make sense of this. I don't know how, but you go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm appalled by Zimmerman's actions. He did it. You did enough. You did enough. You did enough to the Martin family. Trayvon Martin's family. You did enough. You're going to turn around and try to sue them for $100 million? You got the audacity and the nerve.
Yeah, you done took this child.
The audacity and the nerve to talk about you're gonna sue them. All the trauma and trials and tribulations they go through, you go turn around and sue them. Or look at the damages you caused off of your racist antics. Your racist rhetoric. Ooh. The family of a child. The child you stuffed the boy on Trayvon Martin is untimely death.
He was 17.
This boy could have achieved so much in his life.
He was 17.
But you short 17. Well, he didn't even live the 17, a kid. The boy didn't even live to see. You go sit the suited for 100, some nerve. When I heard that, I was like, "This man." Then he's talking about I think it was Jay-Z put out the documentary. I'll sue him too. Walk around talking about suing people.
Yeah,
talking about suing people. Man, you should get slapped. Anyway.
So let me read a little bit of this article. So the chief allegation in the lawsuit is that civil rights attorney Ben Crump helped to swap out a reluctant witness, Brittany Diamond Eugene, for her half-sister, Rachel Gentel, and helped prepare her to deliver a script intended to land Zimmerman in prison for the 17-year-old's killing on February 26, 2012. Crump began representing the Trayvon's parents starting in February 28, 2012, the lawsuit says. Listen, I ain't gonna read the whole thing because there's no point. Y'all know the game. Y'all know the game. Now let's give you an example of some other things that happened, or maybe shouldn't happen, but did happen. So listen, it's one thing if you said, look, it's one thing if you didn't kill somebody, and your whole thing was, I didn't do it. I was framed. Somebody else did it. I didn't do it. Because here's where the OJ case is a little different. OJ never said he killed anybody, right? And I'm not defending OJ because he on some other stuff. But
yeah.
but Nicole's family sued him. Now, in his case, he should probably sue them because of how the outcome was. The whole thing was, somebody else killed Nicole and Ron, whatever that guy's name was. Respectfully, Ron Goldman. Okay, I'm not being disrespectful by saying whatever his name is. I'm just saying I don't remember. So, in OJ's situation, he could sue if he wanted to. Because of what the Nicole's family has put him through all these years and still putting him through, and the situation with Zimmerman and Trayvon's parents is this, you killed the boy. It's on tape as far as your confession, as far as how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as how it happened, there's no denial of what happened. The whole debate is how it happened. But we all know that, you have the 911 call. You have them telling him, hey, are you following him? And then he goes, yeah. And then they said, okay, we don't need to do that. So you had somebody on 911 telling you. The operator was telling you to leave that boy alone. Leave that boy alone. And what did he say? Those effing punks, they always get away. So that, to me, is intent.
Yes.
So we're not going to get into the whole case because this is years ago, but I just want to get into the mind, the mentality, and the audacity that he has. You don't put that family through enough. They can't get him back. Trayvon's not coming back, man.
Yeah.
Trayvon would be like, man, how old would he be today? He'd be 28. 28?
Not 28, but he's only 17 in 2012, so let me see.
Yeah, it's 2019. So he would be about like 20 mid-20s. Yeah.
Yeah, mid-20s, yeah. 25, 28.
25, I was thinking 25 around that 26, but my math is bad right now, but, it's whatever. But that would be the situation. So Zaccheus, speak to this because I mentioned the OJ situation because that is different. And I know some people have tried to use this argument about OJ, but they need to understand that's different. So Zaccheus, you speak to that.
Yeah, let me tell you something. The OJ Simpson case is much different because OJ, all evidence, because they haven't found the killers of Ron Goldman and Nicole. But the thing is that OJ, it was at that moment, at that time, it was a share for black folk because we never get off at that moment, at that time. But as time went on, all arrows still pointed to OJ because OJ, I'm not gonna say he jumped and did it, but it's different. It's much different from this case. This case with Trayvon Martin was intent. This was straight up first degree murder for real.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it was not even second degree, more first degree murder because he killed him. He could have stopped because remember, if you're a police officer, there's force continuums.
And he was 17 years old, man.
You're 17 years old. What can a 17-year-old do? I mean, listen.
No remorse, too. No remorse.
No remorse. You took the boy's life because you see the thing is that police have this thing where you could use deadly force or you could use force that is not so deadly. What Zimmerman did was use deadly force.
Well, here's the thing. He's not even a police officer. He's trying to be a cop. So it's like it's one of these situations where
pretending to be he's a police watch.
Yeah, exactly. He was neighborhood watch. So he was
neighborhood watch.
Yeah, so he was trying to play a cop. I mean,
that's why he should have been prosecuted because why you imitating a cop for? You just neighborhood watch. You're there to all you're there to do a neighborhood watch. Technically a neighborhood watch is just to watch, observe, and call 911.
Listen, you had a witness. Real quick. You had a witness that was on the stand that said that she felt bad for the ruling when it came to what the final ruling was going to be when the jury decided, but then she ultimately said at the end that Trayvon caused his death. How does a boy that was minding his own business
cause his death?
He was going home. He was going. He was where his father was living. Where his father was, he was going home, man. The man was going home. No, he didn't. Listen, the father was in a relationship with a woman who lived in an apartment complex. So technically, Trayvon was going home. That might not have been the home where he was with his mother, but that's still home, period. He was heading back to safety. He was going back to a place that he was safe, or at least thought he was safe. And then on his way there, he gets confronted.
Yeah. So I'm a little annoyed with that comment that lady made because.
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, I'm walking in the neighborhood. Any kid walking in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Just walking, going home, going to a destination. So I'm causing my death by going to the store, buying Skittles, and then walking home with a hoodie. So I'm causing my death. Because if I'm doing these things, I'm buying Skittles, which he did, candy, and I'm putting on a hoodie. So I'm wearing a hoodie and walking on the block. That's causing my death. So I'm a threat. So you saying so I cause my death by just buying Skittles?
Well, when your name is Trayvon, when your name is Trayvon, yeah. But if your name was Adam Sheffield, no. Yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah. Well, we need to go there for sure.
Because first of all, let me just say this real quick. Listen, there's no words or justification or anything, that you could use to give a pass to a man. I don't care what he looks like. I don't care if Zimmerman was black. That you should never get away with that. I'm sorry. Never. Now, say if Zimmerman was black. Say if it was George Jackson. Now they would put George Jackson under the jail.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, let me take that back. If a George Jackson killed Trayvon Martin, they'll give him probably like 10, 20 years. If a George Jackson killed the Adam Sheffield, he'll get death penalty.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is there would still be some justice if Zimmerman if Zimmerman was a black man. I'm going there. I don't care people saying, "Oh, here we go, you making it racist." I'm sorry, it was already made racist when it happened. Okay, I'm just stating facts. You may not agree with what I'm saying, but you can't dispel what I'm saying. You can't debate it. Okay? I'm talking to the audience out there, who feels that I'm doing this on purpose. you know, to try to race bait. I mean, what the heck is a race bait? I don't know what that is. I'm still trying to get a definition of that. But the thing is that situation was already racist when he said those effing punks, they always get away. Who's they? You know what I'm saying? So obviously Zimmerman got a problem with black people. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know.
He does, yeah.
You know, so that's the situation there. So listen, let's talk about the justice system, man, because we want to put some more strength to this topic. And that is this. In what situations do we see people getting a pass and not getting a pass? Yesterday, not yesterday, but you had an idea about mental health and about a story where a woman killed her kids, right? And
yes, in Pennsylvania. Yeah,
mention that. Go ahead. You got the info in front of you?
Yeah, well, this lady, she killed her 2 kids. What she did was she used the dog leash, and in Pennsylvania, she used the dog leash. She killed her, I think 4 and 8-year-old, I believe. And yes, that's what it is. And she put them, and she killed them. Killed them both. Murder. And to me, it's like I've been hearing cases like that lately. Heard of another couple, like that one. This was the black. No, this one is a different case now too. Where this black woman had a boyfriend, but the boyfriend was this black mother had a boyfriend, but the boyfriend was like a boyfriend, not even as the kid's dad, and he wound up babysitting the kid, and then he wound up killing the 6-year-old boy. So we talk about mental, and we talk about both. We compare the two. This woman is getting locked up, but they probably gonna plead insanity. But this man this black man is getting locked up. He's gonna go to jail for life. So it's like. We talk about and I was going to discuss mental illness, which is a topic that it needs to be touched on, because there's a lot of mentally ill people out there too. A lot of mentally ill people out there. So, but it's crazy, So it's just a situation that. It could be addressed in many forums. And but as you can take an eye and look into the justice system, you can see when we do something, it's more of a 20-year life. But when our other counterparts do something, is more of a mentally unstable, and they get less time. So I just look at it, and I see it for what it is. This is for what it is, So the system that's so different strokes for different folks is a system that's unjust. Same way how Zimmerman took Trayvon life. Well, got off.
Well, look, there are always situations where you see killings and you see things happen. First of all, you can't kill kids and get away with it. I mean, that happened with allegedly Casey Anthony. I have to say alleged because she got acquitted. Casey Anthony had a case, and they, she's walking right now. Casey Anthony, allegedly Casey Anthony is supposed to be pregnant. Who would still want to have kids with this woman after that? That's like somebody still trying to, yeah. Yes.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
Means somebody actually okay. Yeah, I don't want to get okay. That's a different topic altogether.
Yeah. Well, she was. Well, Casey Anthony was accused. I don't know. I don't know the whole details, but, look, she was accused of killing her daughter. You know what I mean? Now she got off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, supposedly they're saying she want children again. And, listen, if you didn't kill the kid, you didn't kill the kid. But I mean, but if you did, you can't be out here killing kids and talking about you want kids. I mean, remember the old story of Angie Yates?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Was it she drowned her kids?
Oh yes, a case. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I saying her name right?
Yeah, drowning her kids. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Just a famous case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see?
So you have situations like that shouldn't be happening. Now let's talk about the justice system. I'm sorry, let me pick this up because I'm like dragging. So here's the thing about the justice system. The thing is that you have situations where you have people pleading the insanity case. That was the point I was trying to get to. But the insanity case doesn't work for everybody.
No, it doesn't work it's not in favor of everybody.
Okay.
No.
Because a lot of times, you have Andrea Yates. There we go. Who confessed to drowning her 5 children in a bathtub. Okay. What I'm saying is this. And here's the thing. Now I got to go back to my point. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here Googling at the same time because I'm trying to help what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that this makes sense. So let me remind people because we're getting on the topic of the insanity case. So Angie Yates, 5 kids. 5. Okay? 5. All right? Now, the kids, y'all. One was 7 years old. One was 5. One was 3. One was 2. Another one was 6 months. She was found not guilty, acquitted reason of insanity in 2006.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly.
So, the insanity case worked for her. But does the insanity case work for somebody like me and you? Not that I'm saying that we need to use the insanity case as some type of crutch, but what I'm saying is there's always the insanity case. There's like mass shootings, right? A situation where like the guy from the one who shot up the movie theater in Denver. Well, I think Colorado, whatever part of Colorado that was. And he tried to plead the insanity case. Tried to. They had a little sympathy there, but tried to, But we're talking about a man who had killed a whole bunch of people, and then, then when they got him, they still was able to put him in a police car. No, not a punch or a kick to the jaw or the stomach. And then let's go to Dylan Roof because they tried to mess with Dylan Roof. Oh, he might not have been in his right mind. No, he was in his right mind. He done lost his dang mind, but he was still in his right mind, meaning he was conscious of what was happening, and they tried to pull that with him, and then they had sympathy for him. You know what I'm saying? So, that doesn't work for everybody. It really doesn't. I don't want it to work. First of all, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be working for anybody. I mean, if you want equal justice means we give you the same face value treatment that we give everybody else.
Yes.
Now, if it's privilege, in court, then let everybody get the privilege then.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that. Zaccheus, you speak to this.
You see, this system is set up to protect certain folks, you know?
Yeah.
The system is set up to protect the privilege.
Yeah.
The big P word.
Yeah.
So automatically this justice system, this unjust system is not gonna stand for any of us get pleaded insanity when we do anything crazy. That's why I tell my folks, we have to cross our I's and dot our T's. We can't go crazy or lose control. Or lose control over certain matters. Even when it comes to our household, domestic, we cannot go haywire and crazy. But some folks can. They can actually go haywire and crazy and wave a knife to the cops. They can literally pick up a knife and wave it to the cops. All the cops will do is attempt to put it down. No, but you see with us, all we're trying to do is pull out a wallet to show our ID, but we get sprayed up 55 times. So
I'm gonna do the
yes. So we gotta cross our I's and dot our T's. We gotta be careful of how we move. And I think my kids are small, but I teach them that this system is not in our favor. So we gotta be careful. We gotta do great in school, and we got to be careful how we move and who we run with, because the system is designed to lock us up, black people.
Yeah,
designed to keep you systematically in a slavery. And no Bob Marley talk about mental slavery, but this is a different type of slavery today in 2019.
Yo, what was your main inspiration for this topic? I'm just asking because, you talked about mental health and mental illness and stuff like that. Because here's the thing: there is a such thing as mental illness. Mental illness. I said that wrong.
Yeah,
there is a such thing as that. You do have people who just ain't wrapped too tight. Okay, but the problem is.
You know what made me bring this up?
Go ahead, Zaccheus.
Because I sometimes I read different articles, and I just read it sometimes on the phone. I read it and I see certain things that happen unfold. Like I'm reading about the mother. Once again, his mother hangs her two children, 8-year-old and a 4-year-old children, to death in the basement and having sex with a pet dog, and then as I scroll down to read more articles, I'm reading about a woman, not a woman who had a boy, not a woman who had a boy, not even her baby father. She has a child, 6-year-old child, but her boyfriend, she goes to work and her boyfriend kills the child, I guess, beating him and just trying to say he's disciplined and trying to teach him how to be a man, but disciplining and beating him. And I'm saying that, man, this is a topic that I think we can touch on, because it's a lot of mentally ill people there, a lot of mentally ill people that's roaming around among us. And we got to be, and I feel that we got to be aware of we got to be aware and educated on what's going on. As far as because a lot of mentally ill kids are being bullied. I just read today about a child killing himself. An 8-year-old boy killing himself.
Yeah.
He was being bullied. But if somebody could have reached out to that child and say and find out what's going on, sometimes the kids hide things within. We're so busy sometimes we don't got time to speak to the children. So it's something that and I was urged and influenced to speak on, So
speak
I decided to speak on it.
So speak more about what you just said about the boyfriend killing the child, because now this is kind of going a different way. So speak more to that, because there have been many stories where A woman, this might be a topic for another show, but we'll get to it now. There are situations where women are in relationships with a man who is not the original child's father, right? Now, not all, but some, okay? And you have situations where the boyfriend in the situation is abusive or neglectful, because you have stories where a woman is saying, "Hey, watch my 1-year-old or whatever," and then all of a sudden he leaves the house. It's not his kid; he don't care. And then all of a sudden, something happened to the child. Sadly, accidentally burned the house down, died. Something fell on him. You hear situations all the time. Kids getting killed by getting crushed, because of not being watched. And then you have women who are trusting these men, or men who are trusting these women, because you got women out here killing men's kids too. Speak to that. Let me get your opinion on that, man.
Well, sometimes when you bring it, sometimes it's I've been hearing this a lot, and I've been hearing over the years. I've been hearing cases like that, Here is it a single mother starts dating a man, and the man all of a sudden now starts abusing her child. The baby father's not in the picture. The baby father's not in the picture, but she wants a boyfriend. She's young. Baby father left her, so she all of a sudden now she brings a stranger in, this man, to her child. But the man wound up abusing the child, to almost belligerent to death. The child, killing the child. So, and there was a recent article on that too. A 6-year-old killed by his mother, boyfriend, and been beating him, and teaching him how to be a man by just beating him to death and trying to discipline him and starving him, locking him up in a room when he does bad. He's 6-year-old boy. And the mother, the boy's name is Zimmerman Perkins, died in September, and this happened maybe a few years ago. I think it was but it was also brought up again. This case was also brought up again, but it happened maybe a year ago or so. And boyfriend wound up killing the child, man. The boyfriend wound up killing the child while she is handling her business, And I said to myself, man, this is really, really, really messed up, and we have a lot of mentally ill people that target children as a soft target, so they target the children.
You're right.
And I can't even imagine. We have children. You want to protect them with your dear life. That's why sometimes I say to myself, it's like, man, it's not good to leave your woman. A woman not good to leave, or just, and you have children with them. It's good for you to protect her and protect your children too. Protect your children and try to work things out with your lady, man. Because we have some pedophiles out there, and we have some people that prey on children.
You got that right.
So it's like when you step out on your woman and you leave her with children, this is what you do when you open these. You're open for danger for your children because you broke with her. You're not always so. It's one thing to be paying child support. It's one thing to be, but you're not gonna always be there because you two broke up now. Mm. So now, if she decides to say, you know what, I'm lonely. I've been lonely for a while. I'm doing my thing with my children. Listen, she might have the urge to get a boyfriend, and most likely that happens, especially if she's young, And this is what happens. So it's something that I want to address a little bit, and something I wanted to embark on for a little bit. But yeah.
All right. Well, I would say that we should probably dig deeper into that, because that is going to go into a relationship topic, because before you even get to that point, we have to be, as a people, better decision makers when it comes to having kids, with who we having kids with. So that will probably save that for another show, because so, for those who are listening, don't forget what was said on this episode, because we might have to revisit this later, because now, listen, situations and relationships do end respectfully, honorably, or dishonorably, but some things have to be done for the sake of two people who were involved. But it's the decisions that are made before that, the decisions of the two people who became involved with each other, that gave birth to a life that now didn't choose the parents. Okay, so you have that, and then the whole thing about a single mother not wanting to be single anymore, a single father not wanting to be single anymore. That's a whole nother game there. So I think we're gonna wrap this show up. I think everything that was said needs to be said. Zaccheus, before we close this out, you have any last thoughts?
The only last thought I have is watch your children, and also, once again, my condolences go out to kids that lost their lives, and also for the parents of Trayvon Martin's parents. Man, my heart, my soul goes out to you, man. Me and Fifth give you 100% support, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely, we are all Trayvon, Zimmerman, Ida, blank. All right. Y'all fill in the blank. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. All right. We're going to get up out of here. Zaccheus, where can they reach you?
Yeah, you can definitely reach me on Wayne Zaccheus Bacchus on Facebook. Wayne Bacchus on Facebook. Or you can reach me on Wayne Bacchus 2 on Twitter. At Wayne Bacchus 2 on Twitter. Also on Instagram. Zaccheus B73 on Instagram. Yeah, hit me up, y'all.
All right, you can reach me at The Fifth General on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's at The Fifth General on all three handles. All right. We're gonna get up out of here. This was another episode of Mrs. E and Fifth. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.